Hi, welcome to Ellen Beauty. My name is Leah. Today's video is going to be all about my go-to date night look. It's going to be super easy, simple, doesn't take too many products. Today is my 11-year wedding anniversary, so we are going to go out to dinner. We're going to go get drinks afterwards. We have a babysitter. Everything is I'm just super excited. So let's get started. So first of all, I've already moisturized my face and everything, but for the makeup part, I'm going to start with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This primer is really good for sticking all that foundation to your face so it's not going to budge and move and slip around. So let's go ahead and put just a little bit of this on. Alright. Make sure you rub this everywhere around and really kind of tap it in. That way it stays and really sinks into the skin. Next, my favorite mix of foundation and really just kind of helps kind of bronze the skin up. First of all, one of my favorite products right now is the D-Bronzi Anti-Solution Sunshine Drops from Drunk Elephant. I have used this all summer long and I absolutely love it. But the best way that I like to use it is to mix it in with my Misha Perfect Cover BB cream. Now this is seriously my favorite of all time foundation, but I found mine on Amazon. You cannot find it in Sephora or at Target or anything, and the shade selection's okay. I personally wear number 21 and I think it works really well for my skin tone. So what I like to do is I take just a few pumps on my finger and then usually 1 or 2 pumps of the D-Bronzi. I mix everything. I personally like to use my hands instead of brushes for this part. And what I like to do is I just start at the middle of my face and work my way out. And really get the forehead in. And I like to personally use my fingers because I feel like it sinks into my skin a little bit better and faster. Go over the eyes, really work at moving this foundation around. I always go down my neck so that my face and my neck can match. And make sure to get back around your ears as well. Really move everything around, make sure it's good and evenly put together. Alright. What I do like to do afterwards is I'd like to take a sponge. This is my personal favorite right now. This is the one from L'Oreal. This is already wet and damp. So what I like to do is I like to just kind of press this even more into my skin so that it really looks skin-like. This coverage is also very buildable, but I like personally not too heavy of a foundation look. I want my skin and my freckles to pop through. I don't have too many blemishes at the moment, so that's really convenient. So I just really want to push this in. Alright, once I'm happy with the way that looks, I do just a little bit of spot coverage right now. I use 2 different concealers. My personal favorite right now for doing just spot coverages is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This has been my favorite for a very, very long time. What I love about it is matte, but it's also not too drying on my skin. My skin personally is about usually pretty average. I'm not too oily, I'm not too dry, so I'm very thankful about that, but this tends to stay really good in place. Again, I just like to use my fingers, so I warm it up on my fingertip and I put it on anywhere that I have any kind of blemishes. I did suffer from acne as a teenager, so I like to personally cover up any acne scars that I've had. Right now I am using a concealer brush from Sephora. I actually got this recently on sale. It was only $5. So then I just use my brush and really work this concealer in. The color of the concealer I am using today is Creme Brulee. Personally, for ones that are working with blemishes, I like to use something that is a little bit really close to my skin tone. And also with the brush, what I am doing is I am pushing it in instead of really just kind of moving that brush around so that it really becomes more skin-like. It meshes in with the foundation I just used and everything like that. For underneath the eyes, I do like to do just a dot, not a big triangle like you see in a lot of other YouTube people right at the moment. I just want a little bit of concealer. I am in my 30s, so I usually find that a little bit more concealer that I use, it actually ages me. So I like to use just a tiny little dot just to kind of help with any under eye circle. Favorite right now is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover. This stuff is truly amazing. And honestly, one little dot goes a super long way. So what I like to do is take just a little bit of this out, one little dot, and that's it. I take the same concealer brush and I just blend it in. You can also use your fingers too. I focus most of my concealer in the corner area. I don't tend to take it too far over, or else it will tend to kind of sink into any kind of fine lines. Put just a little bit on my eyelid that is remaining and sweep it down to the nose so that everything kind of looks as it's seamless as it becomes part of your skin. Same thing on this side. Focus on the middle area where you have the dark circles, and then just a little bit of what you have left over onto the eyelid and bring it down. Anything left over I tend to put on the tip of my nose, and that is it. So normally I would do a little bit of powder to set everything, but because these products for my face have sunk so well in that it really is not going to budge too well, so I like to just kind of keep it kind of fresh and dewy and not too powdery. What I like to do next is I like to put a little bit of blush on. My current favorite right now is the Flower Bombs from Flower Beauty. This I think I found this one at Ulta, but you can find sometimes the Flower Bombs at Walmart. I use just a little bit of a cream product just because I do live in an area where it is super hot and I can get pretty sweaty even just from walking from the house to the car. So what I like to do is I like to put just a little, like maybe 2 dots on the cheek. And again, I just use the same L'Oreal sponge. It's already damp. I use the more pointy end, and I just blend this in. What I like about cream blushes is that you definitely get more of a seamless look. It becomes really just one with the rest of your makeup. You don't have that kind of big blush area. It's just very, very natural looking. Sinks right in. I like to put just a little bit on top of my nose, and then I do like to kind of take it up just a tiny bit. Yeah. On top of that liquid blush, I do like to add just a little bit more. Blush is personally one of my favorite makeup products. Right now, this LA Girl Just Blush is just so good for the price tag. It is so cheap. I found this at Ulta, and this is the shade Just Glowing. It's just perfect. I love it. It's perfect for my skin tone. It's just nice and peachy, but not overly peachy. So I just dab just a little bit, and then just a little bit right on top of what I just used. Really just kind of pressing it in, not doing too many strokes. Really just making it one. And same thing, I just go a little over my nose and a little bit on my eyes. I do want to add just a little bit of bronzer. Right now I am currently using the Bare Minerals Invincible Bronze. To me, it's very buildable and it's very user-friendly. I am no makeup artist, so I like to just use products that are very forgiving at the same time. So what I like to do is I kind of like to focus a little bit at the hairline going down, and I just add just a little bit, sweep it up, and sweep it down, and make sure to do the neck. And a little bit of the cheek. This is just a simple stipple brush that is from the drugstore. Same thing, focus right at the hairline, sweep it up, really get right at that hairline, and then down. Yeah, and really that good sun-kissed. Cannot forget a little bit of highlight. Personal favorite, again, the Essence Pure Nude. super simple. This is the number 10, the Be My Highlight. This one is also very natural looking. I don't want a big stripe of highlight on my cheek. I just want it to kind of look like it's glowing from within. So I like to use just a big fluffy brush, get some product on, and then really focus on the top of the cheekbones. Up on the forehead a little bit, sweeping down. Same thing on this side. Really getting that little glow on, but pretty natural. I do to put whatever's left on my brush just down the tip of my nose, a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and yeah. Now that the face makeup is all done, we're gonna do eyebrows really quick. My current favorite of eyebrows is the LA Girl Shady Slim. This is in the shade Medium Brown. I like this because you can really get those precise strokes for eyebrows, which makes it, to me, look a little bit more natural than just a very precisely done brow. So I always like to brush my eyebrows up just a little bit. And then I just take a little bit of it in the spots that I am missing. Just little stroke likes. And I honestly do not spend too much time on my brows. I just want to fill in just those little spots that are sparse, but still make it look kind of natural. See? Same thing on this side. Little stroke-like strokes. Really working with my own arch that I have. Perfect. Not perfect, but I still am happy with them. All right, now that the face is all complete, my eyebrows are done, we are gonna work on the eyes. Now my eyes, I personally do not use a lot of eyeshadow, but my go-to, honestly, my favorite palette that I own right now is the e.l.f. New Classics. They come in 2 shades, and this is by far my favorite. This just is everything that I would want to use. It's a neutral girl's dream. It has everything you need for a transition shade, some good, this Cosmo one, oh my goodness, it's my favorite. It's just a simple, beautiful, kind of shimmery one. It's definitely what I'm going to use today. This rose gold one is so pretty. And they do have a little bit of kickback, but it is not too bad. This platinum one is really good too. Just very, very basic, very beautiful, but also very easy to work with, very easy to blend. So we're gonna start with, I'm just gonna go extremely simple on the look. We're gonna start on this one right here, which is Charmer. And I'm just gonna use a big fluffy brush. This one is a Morphe 441. So just a little bit. You don't need to get too much on the brush. I do tap off excess on the brush. Here's my little mirror. And what I like to do is I like to just focus on the curve of my eye. And this is really just going to give me a good shape and kind of just give me definition, like a shadow of the eye. So I kind of start right there, and I just do soft, light strokes. And kind of bring whatever's left down below, soft strokes. Really, I'm barely touching my skin. And then I kind of circle it out and diffuse it out. Same thing, just get a little bit, tap off any accent, and then move on to the other eye. Same thing, really just work at the crease, simple light strokes. Any excess kind of put down below on the lid, blend, and diffuse it. Simple. I'm going to use this Cosmo kind of lid shade right here, and I am just going to use my fingers. I feel like these kind of more foiled kind of shimmery shades tend to work a little bit better if you use your fingers rather than a brush. You get a little bit more payoff of the color. So I am just going to take a little bit on my finger and just press it, not blend it, but just press it right onto the lid. And what this does is it's just going to add a little bit of light to my lid, kind of make my eyes look a little bit more open and just a little bit prettier. Same thing on this side. I'm going to add just a little bit of definition and use just a little bit of a darker color. Use a little bit of a smaller brush, and I'm going to go into Muse. And I'm just going to dab very, very lightly, kind of give it a little bit more definition. And then we'll blend everything as we're done, just a tiny bit more. Right in the end of the eye, at the crease. Perfect. I'm going to use the same brush that I used to do the first shadow, and I'm going to blend everything in circular motions, sweeping motions, kind of fuse everything out. All right, I'm going to take just a little bit of the shadow and put just a tiny bit underneath the eye. Let's see, we're going to do the first shade. Now just for a little bit of eyeliner, I personally have the Clinique Pretty Easy liquid eyelining pen. I feel like this dries down super fast, so you do have to be a little bit quick, but it's very forgiving and it's also pretty easy to apply. It is a felt tip, and so I am just going to line the eye super easy and do just a tiny itty bitty little wing. And I am focusing more on the outer part of my eye. Alright, super simple. Finishing off with a little bit of mascara. My favorite mascara right now is the Essence Lash Princess, specifically the green one. I do own the Essence Volume Stylist 18 Hour. This one is really good too, but this one tends to give me a little bit more volume. This one is a drier formula than this one, but this one I like the effect that it has on my eyes. When it comes to mascara, I really like to work down at the roots, wiggle and push through. Wiggle, and I like to blink also as I am applying. And that is just one coat. And that is just one coat of the mascara. I do like to put just one more on to kind of finalize the look. Alright, so since we are, this is a very simple look, I do like to finish it also with just a little bit of a gloss. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee. This one smells amazing, and you can find NYX products now pretty much anywhere, from Target to Walmart to Ulta, a lot of different places. Sometimes Walgreens, CVS, really you can pretty much find it anywhere. These butter glosses have been around for a very long time, and I just like the way that they kind of finish a look. Well, there you have it. This is my go-to date night look, special event. Very just simple, easy to use, simple products, both drugstore and high-end. Honestly, a little bit more on the drugstore end. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. Give it a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.